And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Bobby Reynolds, who asked the question, who would win in a fight? The Daleks and the Cybermen from Doctor Who versus the Skynet army of Terminators in the future. Specifically the versions we see in Terminator 3. I will admit, that doesn't really, there's not really any difference between the Terminator armies you see in the Terminator movies, save for Dark Fate, where it's an alternate timeline, and the individual models that are sent to the past to kill John Connor. Other than that, though, they keep using the T-800 or 850 models continually. So, yeah. But that being said, the T-800 models can be mass-produced easily. They're pretty durable, but can be blown up without too much difficulty. They exude extra strength. They are connected to Skynet's mainframe, so they are able to be given direct orders instantly. They wield multiple weapons, specifically their plasma rifles, which are used to just annihilate individuals. They are fueled by hydrogen fuel cells, so if for some reason those are damaged, they will blow up like in a small nuclear explosion, minus the radiation. They are learning computers. They can adapt and adjust to just about any scenario. And they run the world rampant in the future. The Daleks and the Cybermen are complicated because there's not much in terms of Skynet we have to talk about. We know what Skynet is at this point. Skynet, was a AI that took hold, that became operational, took hold, and basically fired all the nukes. And humanity did its best to survive after the fact, but it's struggling. And these are the result of that. The Daleks and the Cybermen, the Cybermen are Whovian enemies that have existed for a long, long time. Both are not truly androids, robotic. They do have organic components underneath them. Particularly the Daleks are in fact actually organic beings. They're closer to cyborgs. Same with the Cybermen, but they actually still have a body underneath all of that tin can. They are feared warriors, apparently, though I've never quite gotten why. Granted, I'm not a Whovian. I don't watch Doctor Who, so maybe watching it, I would understand. But there was another race that had like these giant potato heads, and they were considered among the greatest warriors. And I'm like, really? Like, look, again, it's Doctor Who logic. You can't really get too angry at it or try to rationalize it too much. But still, I'm like, really? Anyway, though, they do carry multiple weaponry on them, including laser beams, laser guns, firing weapons. They are capable of flight. They're capable of correcting themselves if they get tipped over. And they have been capable of time travel as they've incorporated it into their empire. Cybermen are similar. They're closer to something more like the Borg, where they actually will take organisms, particularly humans, and turn them into Cybermen. They will actually just convert your organic components into inorganics, into Cybermen parts. So, really, these guys are like two sides of the same coin in many ways. The Daleks, though, are just extremely arrogant and just want to wipe everything out. In terms of actual overall abilities, the Cybermen at least have enhanced strength beyond that of human as well. They also have vast interstellar intellect. The difference between, and this is where you get the key difference between the two, really, is that the difference between the Doctor Who enemies and the Terminators is the fact that the Terminators and Skynet, by that logic, are terra-bound. They are isolated onto the planet. Now, that's not to say if they were to expand into the stars through a satellite or something, they couldn't do that. As far as we know, Skynet could access satellites. But because space travel didn't exist in that series, there's no guarantee it could. Whereas not only are the Daleks and the Cybermen capable of conquering, planets, they're capable of conquering whole galaxies and things along those lines. They're able to continually travel through time, similar to the way the Doctor does, and fought the Time Lords, resulting in the Daleks near extinction. Now the Daleks are not infallible, neither are the Cybermen. They do have a couple key weaknesses. Most weapons don't do anything. You need high-powered like energy projectiles or explosions to hurt Daleks, which the plasma rifle would at least qualify as something that could hurt it. But beyond that, there really wouldn't be much earthbound weaponry that could do much. The Cybermen aren't quite the same, but they are still very dangerous in their own right, capable of shutting off pretty much all emotions and making them true robots, technically speaking. So they will just go into battle, not really afraid of much. And on the fact that based on their design, I think they maybe are a little bit less or more durable than, say, the Daleks are. I mean, when you look at a Daleks, if we just center that a bit more, if you really look at the Daleks containment unit, we'll call it, its case, it's interesting design. It looks like a big trash can, but there's a lot of pieces on there that if you hit it right, you can probably like jostle out. Whereas with the Cybermen, which you can only kind of barely see one in the back there, and there's one there too, they're much more like Iron Man, Ultron designed. So it would probably be able to handle things bouncing off them actually a little easier. That being said, in terms of numbers, as far as I can tell, the Dalek and the Cybermen probably do have, well, let me put it this way, disposable numbers. Skynet's got that under their cap. They can just keep pumping out armies. But in terms of actual combatant numbers of legitimate warriors, that go to the Daleks and the Cybermen. The irony of ironies here is that, honestly, if they really, really wanted to and like put all their effort into it, they could just blow up the planet. The Doctor has to kind of stop them most of the time, from what I understand, from doing all this. I mean, the Cybermen tried to steal our weather at one point. Weather. They tried to steal the ability of our planet to create wind and clouds and sun and rain and all that in between. They tried to steal our weather. So that's unique. So yeah, that Doctor Who stuff just gets weird. I don't know. Doctor Who was just never my bag. I had no issue with it. I've seen some clips and the stuff I've seen, I've enjoyed. I don't have anything against Doctor Who. It just hasn't been for me. But I'm sure, if I maybe tried watching, I probably wouldn't have any issue with it. My girlfriend keeps rating me to maybe watch it or something else. I'm just like, okay, sure. I'm not just, I don't know. I don't need to go into like relations stuff. Yeah, just keep saying, sure, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, I guess I'd go the Daleks and the Cybermen. They have two factions combined into one. They are interstellar, so they got that advantage over Skynet. Skynet's never had anything to do with the interstellar outer planetary ecosystems or anything like that. But that's not to say they couldn't, I suppose. But there's just no precedent for it, sadly. So yeah, I'd probably go with the Cybermen and the Dalek. It would probably be a hard fight at first before they realize, why don't we just nuke the planet or just eliminate this artificial intelligence that we're finding annoying and all that? Because that'd be the thing. If Skynet tried to hack any of them, the fact that they are actually cybernetic organisms but not true robotic organisms would be would probably be to Skynet's detriment. Maybe they could hack some of their tech, but not the entirety. But anyway, I'd probably go with this Daleks and the Cybermen. Let me know in the comments below what you've got. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, who wants to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know, and we'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. I'll see you later.